check. Thanks for the trip to hell and back.
Okay, welcome back into Tunes Brothers. I am Rob. We've got Darren, Lewis, Down Under Dave, and Scotty. Is anybody else sick and tired of that damn intro music yet?
I still like it, but
The Tunes Brothers one?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know me. I'm always changing shit, so.
Yeah.
All right. If nobody else is nauseous from it, I'll leave it.
Lucky your wife isn't the same then.
Ha ha ha. Funny fucker. All right. Scott. Dave. You know what? Dave.
What?
This was your idea. What do we got going on?
Well, today we're ranking songs with hell in the title. It was my idea. Actually, it was a good idea. There are a couple of battles here that I made difficult for myself. And one I made difficult for Scotty on purpose. Because watching him squirm is one of the highlights of my week. So
thanks.
There you go.
That's
Beautiful.
right. I do love you, Scotty. It's just great watching you go.
All right, well, you made the list, Dave. How tough was it for you?
Some of them were easier than others, but there were some really tough ones. Especially the I won't say what it was, but there's one that's two of my favorite bands of all time. So
yeah, I thought you put that in there to piss me off.
I'll put it in there to piss myself off, actually. And it worked because I changed my mind like 4 times already. So today I've settled it. I've gone. This is what it is. So
all right, Louis, how was it for you?
That was pretty easy. When we get to it, I just want to say that I think that we should have put about hell and, talking about hell and all this stuff about hell. And Robbie didn't want to put up that audio. So what the hell?
All right, Darren,
what the hell is he talking about?
He wanted me to use a Simpsons clip, and I can't stand that fucking show.
Okay.
There were a couple of surprises on here for me. I mean, it was an enjoyable listen for the most part, except for one song in particular that I have never cared for. But like I said, I think I'm going to surprise a couple of people with at least one choice, and one was tougher than most, and there were a couple of easy ones in my opinion, but we'll get to it. I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it. It was a good choice, Dave.
Thank you.
All right, Scotty, what'd you think?
Yeah, good songs. Real good songs. A lot of this. Some of them. And it wasn't that hard for me. Now there's a couple that I did have to struggle with, man, and a couple of surprises too, man, that I normally probably wouldn't have went with if it would have been a different song. But all in all, pretty fucking challenging, especially 2 or 3 of them. Really challenging for me. But I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Okay, for me going into this, there were 1, 2, 3 songs that I have never heard in my life. And this is a good video for me because a lot of these suck, and I love shitting on things. One of them I had no idea was basically a movie soundtrack for an entire movie in one fucking song. So that was not a pleasant surprise.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But one of them was a little tougher for me. Thank you, Dave. And other than that, it was pretty damn easy for me. Actually, one kind of surprised me, not because I loved the song, because I figured the competition would be a complete flaming pile of shit. So it was close.
I think the good challenge is because you look at these 6 battles and you think, oh yeah. The challenge comes in when the next round comes in,
Yeah.
and then you've got 2 songs you really like going against each other.
All right. Well, Scott, as always, we're going to start off with you. Sorry, Lewis, I didn't spend the extra time for the graphics of the songs again. I'm getting
okay.
So we got Pantera's Cowboys from Hell versus Pink Floyd's Run Like Hell.
Okay. Now, I think this song comes off of Pink Floyd. What's the name of that album?
The Wall.
Yes. Yes, it does. I was going to say the one after that, but no, it does come off fucking Wall.
Are they any by any chance in the movie running from a guy delivering pudding?
Yeah.
Well, no, because if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. So he's done.
Yeah,
He doesn't have it.
he's eating meat and he's got a spoon stuck out of his ass. So yeah, there's pudding. Yeah. But anyway, Run Like Hell, man. It's okay. I've always liked that song. They used to play it on the radio constantly all the fucking time. I mean, they did drown out Pink Floyd on the radio a lot.
Not
But
where I
the
live.
song is not bad, but holding a candle to Cowboys from Hell, a Pantera, there's not a fucking snowball's chance in hell. So,
Good
yeah,
one.
Pantera dominates it for me.
Louis.
Do you want to swap with Darren for the picture?
No.
You want to? Oh, you don't want to go last like you usually do?
Mixing it up. Okay, Dave.
I'm drinking Pepsi without anyone's name on it, so just
A direct reference to my irritation with the new Coke bottles.
exactly. Yeah, he's a Pepsi man too.
No, I like them all. I don't give a damn. Give me some sugar and that's it.
I was to say we're talking about drinks, not cousins.
Hey!
Woohoo!
I've only been with 3 of them, man. Damn.
Oh,
Cut me some slack. Shit.
fair enough. I'm not a Pantera fan at all. So
Oh, come on.
what?
You don't like
But
the
I am-
fucking riff? The rock? Man, them motherfuckers will block your fucking ears
But
off, bro.
I'm a massive Pink Floyd fan. And,
I know that.
like you, Darren, Pink Floyd weren't played a lot on the radio here because they weren't really a singles type band. So the songs are usually too long to get on the radio. I love Run Like Hell. I always have. Anything Gilmore's on is great. So I'll probably go against the grain here and I'll go for Pink Floyd because I know
I
Rob's
doubt
not
it.
using it.
Oh,
No, I don't.
This one must have been really tough for Rob, in my opinion.
This was extremely tough.
Shit.
Honestly, I hear all the hype about Pantera like Metallica, but I've never heard Pantera really other than, is it Walk?
Yeah.
And the only reason I knew that song, and I like that song, is because pretty much every cover band in the bars when me and Darren were going in our early 20s were playing that song. Pink Floyd, I'd heard this song before several times. It is lackluster, but I feel that way about most Pink Floyd stuff. I don't, not that it's bad. I don't think I've ever heard a song that I hated by Pink Floyd. It's just, That said, that Pantera song sucks some serious ass. That is complete fucking Metallica-esque noise, and that guy's grunting, horrible lead vocals. It don't even sound like the same band that did Walk. That sounded like a menacing band. This sounded like a guy who's constipated. It was terrible. So I'm going with Pink Floyd, not because I like the song, because it's the lesser of two evils in this hell battle.
Same band, same fucking sound.
The fact you're going for Pink Floyd, Rob, I'm going to take it.
All right. Louis.
Well, I had my choice here. You have one song I would probably eventually put on a playlist if I ever became mature enough to like this band. But I didn't like them in my teens. I didn't like them in my 20s. I started to tolerate them in my 50s. And just by, me being a prick and everything else, I said, I got a choice. Either the well-known song I would probably put on a playlist or the other song, which I thought was just nothing but total noise. I went for total noise. Cowboys from Hell. I went for that route.
Thank
That's
you,
my
brother.
choice.
That doesn't make much sense, but
It's yeah.
That's because I just don't. I don't like the Pink Floyd song enough. I didn't feel strongly enough about it to say.
So you went with the song that totally sucks. That makes a whole lot of sense.
Hey, last time.
Did you? I know that it's usually something that's
When we
I don't
did.
know. Did you
Bro.
shit your brains out? Literally? I mean,
No. Listen
you're
to
in
me, big boy. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. The last
Yeah,
go
not
round.
gonna-
The last
it's not gonna
go.
be right.
Would you shut up? The last go around we had, every round that you mentioned with a band, you never specifically said you liked the song better. You said, because I like the band better, I'm picking that song. You can watch the video. Every video we did when it was a battle of the 5 bands, every time you said, because I like the band better, I'm picking the song.
I'll go back
all
and
you
listen
said.
to it, but
Yeah.
I usually
So
don't pick things based on the
if I
band.
don't like Pink Floyd's Run Like Hell enough, strong enough, the other guy's going to get it for this round. I figured if Pantera's going to lose anyway, at least give him a couple points.
Okay,
There you
before you go, Darren, I queued up a hell battle, but apparently I was wrong. This should have been my intro. Louis is on one tonight. Holy shit.
I think he's
Get him, Louis.
constipated. He can't squeeze it out. He's
Fucking
crowning right
tell him.
now and it won't come out.
he hasn't been the same since the gong.
Totally.
Put these boys in the mosh pit for one time.
I've totally cleaned out. No issue there. 100% fiber, baby.
Okay,
Well,
Darren.
there may be 2 votes for Cowboys from Hell, but it's not going to be enough to carry them.
No,
Thank you.
they're done. They lost.
Yeah. Unlike Rob, I like the song Run Like Hell. I mean, I definitely agree more with Dave on that. I wouldn't say it's my favorite by any means, but I've always liked it. Of course, I do really enjoy most of Pink Floyd's catalog, and I dislike pretty much everything I've ever heard from Pantera. So it's just not my taste. I mean, it's definitely mostly because of what they call singing. To me, again, it's mostly noise coming out of the guy's mouth and not a pleasant one. Musically, I mean, I don't find it bad, but it's when the guy starts to sing, that's when I lose interest in it. But so yeah, my vote goes for Pink Floyd.
All right, Scott, we are up to number 2. We've got Judas Priest, Hellbent for Leather versus Motorhead's Born to Raise Hell.
This is where I fucking struggled right here. Big time. And still ain't clear. I know I'm going to get smashed for this one and probably totally, the only one, but I love Born to Raise Hell from Motorhead, man. I like a lot of Motorhead songs. Judas Priest, Hell Bent for Leather is fucking awesome. I love the intro. I love the song entirety. That is when Judas Priest made that transformation. But this time around, I liked Motorhead better. That song. If it would have been Delivering the Goods, Priest probably would have got it. I've always loved Hell Bent for Leather, but hey man, Born to Raise Hell hit me right this time. I loved it, dude. I love Lemmy. I don't give a damn what anybody says. That's the Motorhead is the glammiest pretty boy band we ever got. So hell yeah, I'm taking Motorhead.
All right, Dave.
Never heard Lemmy be called a pretty boy before, but
Probably the last time.
I know,
Yeah.
dumbass. Y'all are sitting there. Gee, really? Is he serious?
I've never really been a big Motorhead fan, but I've always had deep respect for Lemmy. But I do like Jesus Priest Hell Bent for Leather at 2 minutes 41 and still managed to find time for a guitar solo. That's
Hell
commitment
yeah.
to the formula, that is. So I am going for Jesus Priest Hell Bent for Leather. I just think it's a better song. But I did actually like the Born to Raise Hell. I thought it was a good song, but not strong enough to beat Judas.
All right. Another song I'd never heard before, which is Born to Raise Hell. I've always despised Motorhead. I've never understood the appeal. Lemmy truly does. With all the references we make to a lot of people, he truly does sound like he is desperately trying to get that shit out. I mean, he is as constipated sounding as I've ever heard. That said, this beats the shit out of Hellbent for Leather, which I've never liked, really. And it turns out I hate it. To me, this is one of Priest's worst praised songs I've ever heard. But regardless if it would have been a little bit better, that Born to Raise Hell musically is fucking phenomenal. And Lemmy kills it on this. His voice works for this, especially the chorus. I was shocked. I looking at this, I thought, well, I know I don't like Hellbent for Leather, but fuck Motorhead, this ain't even going to be close. Well, this is why we listen to the songs, everybody. I was wrong. So Motorhead.
That's what I said. I thought Priest was gonna. I'd heard, Born to Raise Hell, but it'd been a long time. I said it's gonna have to be one of their fucking best songs that ever. And of course it is. That is one of my favorite songs by Motorhead. So, all right. Yeah.
Okay, Louis.
Wow. This one here, I'd never heard the Motorhead song until we had to do this list. I don't know that much about Motorhead, but I do like a handful of their songs so far. I think their last album they did was really freaking ripping metal like hell. You should listen to that one. But anyway, this one was like, I was expecting something more stronger and evil and gothic or something from Motorhead. And it just turned out to be like a 50s rock and roll riff sound to it. So I went for Judas Priest just because of its more original sound. So I chose Hellbent for Leather.
So that's what, 2 each?
It is.
All right, Darren.
I get to play tiebreaker again. This was my first time also listening to Born to Raise Hell, as far as I know. It is probably the third Motorhead song I've ever heard in my life. But it's good. I enjoyed it. It's made me want to at least try to listen to more Motorhead to see what else they have out there that I might like. And as far as I remember, Hellbent for Leather was the first song I think I heard from Judas Priest.
That's a horrible introduction.
And it was from you.
Oh, whoops.
So, and I mean, overall, obviously, I mean, I really enjoy Judas Priest as a whole, but not Hellbent for Leather as much. Like I said, when I first heard it, I liked it, but the more Judas Priest I'd listened to, the less and less I liked that song. I don't dislike it by any means, but Motorhead shocked the hell out of me with that song. So that's what I went with. It's Motorhead.
All right, so Motorhead wins it. Scotty, number 3 rumble here. Pat Benatar, Hell is for Children versus The Warning. Hell You Call a Dream.
This one was very interesting. I've always loved Pat Benatar. To me, in my opinion, she's got the greatest rock female voice of all time. That's my opinion. Hell is for Children is one of her rocking songs. I've always liked that one. By far not her best, in my opinion. The Warning is a group that's I'm very slowly jabbing at. And this song here, I don't know how you say it. It's fantastic, man. It really is. It is a fucking jamming ass song, dude. I watched the video for it. They just rock the fuck out, man. I did not expect to pick this one over Pat Benatar. Hell is for Children. I did not. I'll just go ahead and tell you until I heard it. You know, damn. That's what I like right there. That song right there, man. They rocked the shit out of that, bro. That had a Korn vibe to it, dude. That burns in the background, the bass or whatever they're using for that vibration sound, man, is so fucking awesome. I've always loved it. But yeah, man, I have to give this to The Warning. And Warning fans, I was not going to until I heard it. I'd already had Pat Benatar winning because I've always loved her, but The Warning surprised me. They're going to get this one.
Beautiful. Dave.
Rob's probably going to say, does Dave even need to bother saying anything on this? See, so you think you know me, and you do.
Yeah.
always loved Pat Benatar, and she was probably the chick in the 80s that carried the torch for rock music for women. But The Warning's Hell You Call a Dream is just an absolute banger. So
yes,
it definitely gets my vote.
All right, here's where it could get sketchy. Lewis.
Oh, you want to skip?
No, I said it could get sketchy here with you because you're hard to read.
Yeah.
But don't you go?
Oh, yeah.
That's
I'm used to being
You're skipping yourself there.
Oh,
I thought he was passing.
Well, Hell is for Children is another one that I had never heard before.
Really?
Yeah, ever. My wife was surprised too. I can honestly say I wasn't missing anything. And Hell You Call a Dream is an amazing song, one of The Warning's biggest, best songs in my opinion. So not only is it tough to beat one of their best, but when you're bringing a C ballad or mid-tempo, whatever that children thing is, to a fight with an A, no, not going to happen. Warning. Now it's you, Louie.
Okay, just waiting for the cue. This was a tough one for me, because much as I love the many songs of The Warning I love and everything else, I like Hell You Call a Dream. I like Hell is for Children. I had to listen back and forth and make a choice. It was almost like a coin toss.
A coin toss?
Coin toss.
A coin toss. A coin toss.
G'day, Tommy.
That's the second time I fucked up with that. A coin toss.
Loincloth. What?
And it was like, I love so many Warning songs, and I was going through the other 3 albums, finalizing my list and making sure I didn't make a bad choice. And for some reason, I just was so still wowed and impressed by the stuff in the first 3 albums. I had to lean toward Pat Benatar for this. I know I'm the odd man out, but for this go round, I just don't think Hell You Call a Dream is anything as strong as what they've done. And it's just, Pat Benatar, I've been used to that song. I know it. So it's going to get my vote for this go around. If you put up other warning songs for other reasons, I'll find more reasons to choose them. But for this, I'm going to pick Pat Benatar.
I think you've been the odd man out for a long time.
I know. And don't forget the gong.
Here.
I enjoy both songs, and I've always liked Pat Benatar, and obviously the warning is number 22. They have a lot of great stuff.
Is it just me, or is Darren cutting out and sounding underwater?
I was going to say that.
Underwater.
Yeah, his audio is thinning.
Shut it. Is this any better?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Now your camera's gone. That's even better.
Fuck.
Hey, he sounds like somebody that I'm
You hear
trying to
me,
get off the phone with, losing connection.
Yeah.
I do that on purpose all the fucking time.
Darren's experiencing extreme user error.
No, all I did is fucking bump it.
AT&T.
No, I don't know. No, Xfinity.
You got your shutter closed or something on your camera?
No, it's a separate camera, and all I did was nudge it, and it said the browser stopped recognizing it.
Don't be nudging it.
Just go to the settings and switch your camera and switch it back.
Let's try that.
He could be giving us the finger and everything right now.
Well, I'm not afraid to do that on camera, so no, I might have to switch to the integrated one.
So you can give your take and then figure it
Yeah,
out.
well, it actually said the browser stopped recognizing it, so I'm gonna have to close the browser probably.
Wait a minute,
Anyway,
who we going?
make a long story short, it's
Too late.
yep, it's the warning for me as well.
Yeah.
All right.
You're right.
Then moving on, Scotty, while Darren deals with technical issues, we
All right.
have Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell versus ACDC's Highway to Hell, specially made for you by the Dick from Down Under, Dave.
Big dick from down under.
Yeah, this one right here is
Stop, Scott, just a minute. And that's that. It's not that he has one, it's just that he is one.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
medium size.
I can agree with that. He's my NASCAR buddy, man. He ain't a dick. But anyway. This one was very tough, but not tough. I mean, I know it's fucked up saying, but I love both of these songs, man. Just the Heaven and Hell, man, by Black Sabbath. Dio's voice, I love it, just like they hate it. Just the riff, just fucking one of their biggest songs, man, with Dio. Their biggest album with Dio. But when it comes to Highway to Hell, these songs by ACDC, there's probably not much. Even the majority of Kiss is not going to beat this fucking song. This is the song, man. The very first song I ever heard by the
What
band.
you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response.
Sorry. You just said an entire catalog of Kiss couldn't compete with one ACDC song.
Yeah, exactly. It would have to be their
I
pristine.
don't do drugs. I don't do drugs, but if I did, I'd want what you're smoking.
Okay, I can hook you up, brother. But anyway, it would have to be Kiss's Elite to beat this song, man.
Something off
Even
Monster.
tied. Highway to Hell is probably
So, like, I Was Made for Loving You would be a good competition for it.
yeah, man. Yes.
Gotcha.
I would literally have to sit and think on that one, dude.
Gotcha.
But
All right, I won't interrupt you anymore.
Highway to Hell, man. It's really no contest, but I do love Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. What writers these guys are, man, especially Dio and them working together, just absolutely great. But it's going to be Highway to Hell for me. There's not much in the rock world that's going to beat that song.
Dave.
So this is probably my favorite song from the Brothers from Down Under. And as Scotty said, I like Dio's voice. I know you guys don't, but I was always a big Dio fan from the time he was in Rainbow and switched to Black Sabbath and through his solo stuff as well.
Whoa.
And
his Rainbow time was before his Black Sabbath time?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so he came from Elf to Rainbow to Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Yep.
Elf was most fitting if you look at his height.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah,
I was gonna say, based on the site, that's a great one.
Hey, he
Yeah,
would have been
right.
good with Angus and Malcolm Young in the same band.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or the,
So it's my favorite AC/DC song, but it's also my favorite Black Sabbath song. So
Uh-oh.
I will be going for Black Sabbath's Heaven and Hell.
Wow.
Awesome, man. Hey, yeah, I
Wow.
can't say no.
I thought this was a clean sweep. No secret, I don't like Dio's voice. I had never heard this song. It's not a terrible song, but Jesus Christ, Highway to Hell. Like Scott said, you really got to bring something fucking massive to compete with that song. So,
And they did.
AC/DC.
Yeah.
AC/DC for me.
Dave,
Yes.
Ronnie James Dio was lead singer for Rainbow for a stint.
Yes, from 75 to 79.
Okay, as
Yep.
far as Rainbow goes, I think the best vocals they ever had was Joe Lynn Turner. Okay,
Disagree, but
well, then you're insane
Yeah.
because
Joe
he
Lynn's
is the
great,
best.
though.
he's a
Right.
good singer, but
You know,
Not dead.
different kind of music when Joe joined Rainbow, so they went a bit more radio friendly.
and I do have, well, I don't have many more, but I used to have Ronnie James Dio's like first 2 or 3 cassettes of his solo career, and I thought there was a lot of
Holy
good stuff on
Diver,
it.
classic album.
Elastic
Yeah.
Line,
Was like, what were the name of the first 3 albums?
Holy Diver.
Holy Diver.
Diver, Last in Line, and
Uh-huh.
Dream Evil.
Okay, I had the first 2, and I love the stuff off of that. But for the Heaven and Hell song, I didn't find anything impressive about it. So Highway to Hell easily gets this win.
Okay, you Rainbow experts, who was the singer for Since You've Been Gone?
Graham Bonnet.
Okay, that's the best Rainbow singer.
He only did the one album.
The one album. Yep.
There's 2 songs that I know I love that off of that album, so I can't say that about
We
any
done
other
that
Rainbow
album.
album.
Yeah.
Huh?
We done that album.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
when
There's
That was
2 or 3 really fucking good rockers on there.
my suggestion to you guys before I joined.
Oh, was it yours?
Oh,
What the hell?
I remember.
All right.
I like that album.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Cheap Tricks, Dream Police
Oh,
that you
yeah,
loved. so
That
much.
was you too?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
That was torture.
That was bad.
And
Okay,
Desolation
man.
Boulevard.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
good.
Oh, yeah.
All
right.
Darren.
And I just want to go on record. I do not hate Dio's voice. I don't
I do.
like most of his stuff, but there are some things that I think he does a good job on. This song is actually one of them. I had never heard it, and my impression, it's good even with Ronnie James Dio. That's what my notes say. But I still chose ACDC, their song Highway to Hell. That riff, it's a classic rocker. I've always liked it. It's, in my top 5 of ACDC songs. And this might be the number 1 Black Sabbath song now in my arsenal, because I've listened to Mob Rules, and that's
Whoa.
everything on
You're saying
Mob
this is
Rules
better than
sucks.
Paranoid?
Well,
Yeah.
Ronnie James Dio Sabbath.
Okay.
Let me clarify. But yes, I chose Highway to Hell.
So the only
Alright.
Australian on the panel went against the Australian band.
Yep, that's it.
So all you Australians out there, do we need to dox Dave so you can come looking for him? All right. Here's one that Dave put in apparently to piss himself and me off. We got Sweet's Hellraiser, which Motley Crue ripped off 6 Ways of Sunday for their song Kickstart My Heart, to the point where even Andy Scott, when listening to it live, looked at who he was with and said, "Are they doing our song?" He thought they were actually going to go into Hellraiser. That's how much they ripped it off. Versus Kiss's hilariously cheesy video, a great song, All Hell's Breaking Loose. Scott.
Yeah, man. The video just makes you look at it 10 times better, don't it?
Yeah.
I love those videos now, looking back on them, But anyway, that's the first time I'd ever listened to the Sweet song, Hellraiser. And it was okay. It wasn't Desolation Boulevard to me.
Not much is.
But it wasn't. It wasn't bad though. But even though All Hell Breaking Loose is not my favorite Kiss song, it is a jamming fucking song, and it's got a hell of a punch to it, man. I'm leaving the video out of it. But I have to go with Kiss on this, cheesy or not. All Hell's Breaking Loose is a rocker. Vinny's got a wicked solo in it, man. Yeah, it's just way better to me.
All right, Mr. Shitster.
Yeah, well, like I said, Sweet were my gateway into music. And Kiss picked up the mantle once Sweet sort of, fell apart. I've changed my mind probably 5 or 6 times on this. I think my sentiment is going to take over, and I'm going to go for Sweet. When this song came out, I mean, before this we had Big Bam Bam and Little Willie, so they were doing all the soft hits, and this was just like, wow, this is heavy. Like, this is really good stuff. So, yeah, it just holds a special place in my heart. And as much as I like All Hell's Breaking Loose, Sweet will get the vote for this one.
I understand. Epic riff by Sweet. The song is a jammer, and anytime you get a verse from Steve Priest in his goofy voice, it makes the song that much more worthwhile. However, I think production did this in for me. Is All Hell's Breaking Loose, I've always thought is a decent song, not a great song. But listening to Hellraiser and then immediately listen to All Hell's Breaking Loose, the sound is so drastically much more advanced and better and fuller on the Kiss album. And I think a lot of early music for me, especially when you're talking 50s and 60s, songs sound worse than they are because of the tinny, hollow production And then you hear that deep, dark, full opening riff of All Hell's Breaking Loose, and the drums just start rocking. Just based on how it made me feel listening to one to the other, All Hell's Breaking Loose just was like, yes, I love Hellraiser, I love Sweet, but I would have loved to that they stuck together again. Obviously, that never happened, never could, but had re-released somewhere in the middle before they fell apart, re-recorded some of this early stuff with newer production technology just to see how much better those songs could sound. Love both songs. All Hell's Breaking Loose, based on just audibly sounds better to me, and that's not the Sweet's fault, but if I had to choose which one I'm going to listen to right now, it would be All Hell's Breaking Loose.
Can anybody answer the question of why Sweet did not take the direction of Desolation Boulevard?
What my understanding is, they were actually like a bubblegum pop band to start. Stuff you would never want to listen to, Scott. Stuff I like, and I'm sure Dave likes, but knowing your musical taste, you probably wouldn't care for it. And that wasn't their idea. They were forced into that by two guys who managed them and owned the rights, or whatever the hell the whole, maybe Dave knows more than I do. But that's not, they wanted to be a hard rock band. So when the shackles finally came off, that's when we started getting Hellraiser and Desolation Boulevard and, you know, Action and all this heavier stuff.
So when
then towards the middle, right before they broke up, they kind of went, I don't want to say disco-y, but when they came out with Love Is Like Oxygen and stuff, they were clearly going for radio play because they hadn't made it. Not that they wanted to do that style, but Sweet's the band that utterly got fucked over 6 Ways of Sunday every direction they went. Queen got the push that Sweet was supposed to get and deserved to get. But all I can tell you, I don't know the chronological order. I'm not that much of an expert. If Desolation Boulevard was the end of their heavy period, but the other albums I have, nothing as heavy as that album as a whole. Dave, do you know why Desolation was the last great album?
So when they first started, so your Wigwam Bams, Little Willies, Coco's, Funny Funnies, they didn't play any of the instruments on those songs. They were hired to do the vocals. And
Really?
Chin and Chapman, that wrote all those songs.
Yeah, them two fuckers
took care of the rest. So on most of those songs, though, if you listen to the B-sides, they were heavier because they were songs that the Sweet had written themselves and performed. And as time went on, obviously they got a little bit more, time on albums to actually do some of their own songs as well, which tended to be the heavier songs. And then they parted ways with Chin and Chapman in 75 after they redid Fox on the Run. Because if you listen to Fox on the Run on the European version of Desolation Boulevard, it's a completely different song to the single.
Yep.
And once that made it big, they decided we can stand on our own. We don't need these guys. So off they went. Give Us a Wink is a pretty heavy album.
That's after Desolation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course, in reality, we had Sweet Fanny Adams came first.
Yes.
Which had Set Me Free and No You Don't.
Correct.
And acdc and Desolation Boulevard came probably 6 or 7 months later in the same year. And in the American,
they had like a 3-album span of the heavier stuff.
Yeah. But you Americans got a sort of a compilation of Sweet Fanny Adams and Desolation Boulevard into one album.
Yeah, that is correct.
But you did miss out on some good songs.
Actually, I prefer the American version better because there's more solid song. I mean, Solid Gold Brass and stuff. I mean, it depends on my mood. It really does. But I grew up and I discovered Sweet. Yeah, don't get me started with that. That's horrible.
Huge hit here.
Yeah. Anyway, there's your Sweet knowledge for the day. Lewis, are you still awake?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is it my turn?
No, I think you said your All Hell's Breaking Loose is your choice.
Oh, yeah. Lewis.
Okay. I have the entire Sweet catalog, the American disc, whatever, the box set, whatever. It's very much a mixed bag. It's kind of like a Van Halen in a way, where when later on you got like 2 or 3 good hard rockers, and then the rest was just whatever schmaltz or some other weird stuff. But so I don't remember the chronological order of the songs and stuff. But I managed to put up like about 2 CDs filled with good hard rocking songs. So they do have a lot of strong stuff. How much After Desolation Boulevard? It's a lot, but not in complete album sets as far as or albums. But I was thinking that the Kiss song "All Hell's Breaking Loose." I know it's got like the better audio quality of being heavier and everything, but as far as the song goes with the energy, I'm choosing Hellraiser because "All Hell's Breaking Loose" is to me not that great of a song,
No,
and it has nothing to do with the video or the weird little rap Paul does. None of that goes against the song. It's just too slow and plodding for me, and Sweet's energy wins this battle for me.
super. Now, before Darren goes, if you're looking for a heavy Sweet song, Scott, Google, YouTube search Yesterday's Rain.
Great song.
That'll rip your face off. That is about as heavy as Sweet gets.
Okay.
All right, Darren.
All right. I think we've talked about it before, but I am a huge Sweet fan. Kiss, obviously, I've heard a lot of, and over the years have come to enjoy that band more and more and more. And I do like All Hell's Breaking Loose. I think it's a very good song. I like the way Paul holds out loose. The rapping part of his talking delivery to start isn't my favorite, but I didn't really hold it against him for that. For me, I think, and I waited until today to listen to all these songs. And I listened to Sweet first, and then when the Kiss song came on, I was a little bit let down because I loved the tempo, the speed, the energy of Hellraiser. And then when I listened to it for a second time, I started with Kiss, and once it got to Hellraiser, it was the energy again that really stood out. So just based on what I listened to today and how I missed that type of energy and tempo from Hellraiser when Kiss came on, I went with Hellraiser.
Awesome.
I think this is the first time Kiss has been knocked out in the opening round.
Yeah. No bad choice here. So it is what it is, man. Number 6, the last one, Scotty. We've got Meatloaf. His name is Robert Paulson.
Double Meatloaf.
Who has bitch tits. Bat Out of Hell versus Twisted Sister's Burnin' Hell.
You got to give that guy credit, man, on their 70s stuff. Man, they would play the closet classic videos on MTV, and
yeah,
I mean, this guy is big, running around on stage, hollering and screaming and stuff, man, and made it big, but I've never been a huge Meatloaf fan. Believe it or not, I think my favorite song that he's ever done was an 80s ballad. I Would Do Anything for Love.
Yeah.
I won't do that.
And let's not forget about his genius idea to read the passenger side mirror and turn it into a song. Objects in the mirror may be closer than they are, or something like that. Ridiculous. Yes.
But I remember being a kid, and a lot of the older people back then having this Bat Out of Hell and listening to it a lot, and it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't my thing. I did love the album cover, and you look at the album cover, it looks like fucking Slayer or something, bro. It's badass. I mean, But Burning Hell by Twisted Sister, I'm still got those songs in heavy rotation on my playlist. Even the sweet songs, man. No, You Don't. Fox on the Run. I hear them songs almost every day. Burning Hell is just absolutely a rocking ass. That Twisted Sister album is getting better and better for me. Better than I thought it used to be, man. I don't know why. But Twisted Sister's going to get this one by leaps and bounds.
I can
No
guess
offense.
why, because I think you're going through the same thing I am. It's better than you remember it because you got so sick and tired of I Want to Rock and We're Not Going to Take It that you just checked out on the album. And
Yeah.
the other songs are so much better than those two.
Yes. And no offense to the Loaf. You know, I know he passed away a few years ago sometime. I don't know, maybe longer than that. But I never had nothing against the guy.
No.
But Twisted Sister's gonna win it for me.
Okay, Dave.
So I bought Bat Out of Hell when I was 13 years old. That album was absolutely huge and a big part of my life. The Bat Out of Hell song's probably not one of my favorites on the album, but it's still a really, really good song. The Twisted Sisters Burn in Hell, really, until we did the Twisted Sister album, I wasn't really that familiar with the song. But no, there's just something about it. I just love that chorus. Every time I hear the chorus.
Yeah.
So I would have gone into this really thinking Meatloaf would get my vote, but after listening to them again, I just thought, yeah, Burning Hell's just a little too strong. So I'm going against my 70s and going with the 80s.
There you go. Louis, always the wild card.
Now, what about you? What do you think? It's still your turn.
Jesus Christ, I got to stop putting myself.
That's why I wanted to put you and think you should go to the bottom, but okay.
To me, I too never was a huge Meatloaf fan. Obviously, though, when I was a kid, one of the most rotation played videos, whether it was Night Flight or Radio 1999 or MTV, was Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
Yes.
One of the most clever, long storied songs I had ever heard, but it just addicted you once they started going back and forth. You forgot that you're 6 minutes in or whatever the hell it is because it's so entertaining.
Let me sleep on it.
Yeah, that and took the words right out of my mouth. I was much more into that kind of Meatloaf than the 80s balladist. First of all, he chopped his hair off and looked like a businessman instead of a rock star. That lost me right away, but still I respect him. He had an amazing, beautiful voice. And like Scott said, that big, heavy man, sweat had his hair sticking to his face. He was giving it all for a big man on every performance. But 9 minutes and 50 seconds of any song in the world is too fucking long. I lost interest before the words even started and had to start skipping forward. And the parts I did listen to that were sung sounded pretty good, but 9 minutes. And Scott's froze.
There is a single version of it.
Of Bat Out of Hell?
Yeah.
You could have told me about that.
And it doesn't go for 9 minutes.
Scott, if you can hear me, you're going to have to jump back in. You're froze.
He's froze. He's out.
He dropped now on mine.
Well, I kicked him.
Oh,
that's not very nice.
But again, Twisted Sister's Burn in Hell is my favorite Twisted Sister song. It has been ever since I first heard it. That chorus, that chanting in the middle is so evil, is so almost hypnotizing, and Dee Snider just belts out some notes in this thing. And of course, the evil intro to it just works perfect. So for me, Twisted Sister gets it hands down. And it wouldn't even have mattered if it wasn't a 9 minute and 50-second song. It's just that Twisted Sister song is that good.
Yeah. Okay. Before I start, I just have a question. since I'm slow and not recognizing sarcasm. When you said Rob Paulson, were you being sarcastic about that?
Fight
Robert
Club
Paulson.
character
Fight
he
Club.
played. He played a character in Fight Club called Robert Paulson.
Okay.
And Bob had
okay.
bitch tits.
Because there's a Rob Paulson, the drummer Rob Paulson, the singer Rob, whatever, an actor, and the Meatloaf's name is Marvin Lee Day, not Rob.
No,
Right.
it was a movie reference.
Yeah, from
Okay.
Fight Club.
Same with the bitch tits comment. It was a quote right out of the movie.
Anyway, I wish I knew about the shorter version. It would have, actually, it would have made it a little bit harder because I might have liked it more. And the Bad Out of Hell album was a tremendous, huge debut album in the States. I think it hit like 7 million in the first year or something, maybe more than that. Don't quote me on numbers, please. Twisted Sister, Burning Hell. Now, I know Twisted Sister better than most people do. It's like be on my playlist as one of my favorite songs. But for me, on their other albums, you got some real good gems. That it's one of my favorites. There's a lot of good stuff on the other albums if you collect them all and probably come up with 15 or 20 really great Twisted Sister songs. And Burning Hell is definitely one of them. So it beats Meatloaf in this round.
Right. That Twisted Sister song is fantastic. Always has been, always will be. I love the dark, sinister start, and of course, Dee does have those powerful lungs throughout the whole thing. I tend to agree with Dave. I do like this. I do like the Meatloaf album. From the first time I think I heard that album.
Why'd you do that to me?
What's that?
I asked you not to quote me on the number. He goes running across the phone.
You're being quoted.
Oh my God. That's funny.
All right.
And yes, it is. I mean, the opening track of the album, and it's 9 minutes and 50 seconds, like Rob said. But I really enjoy that song. Like I said, I like the whole album. But Twisted Sister is just too strong.
Take out your trash can.
Thank you. All right, thanks for the reminder.
Hey, Darren.
Yes.
So take the
Don't forget
trash out.
don't forget to take your trash out, mate.
So that was nag number one, the original nag. I don't have to do it until she says it. So, no, Twisted Sister, Burn in Hell, one of my all-time faves from the band. It was tough to beat, but Meatloaf did give it a good run.
All
That was
right.
the only clean sweep.
Hold on before he sleeps. Wait.
Hold on.
No,
I was wrong. It sold 14 million copies the first year in the United States alone. That's how much Bad Out of Hell really sold. I just looked it up.
All right, Louis. He was quoted incorrectly, but in a good way. He was undercutting what the album actually did, which is beyond fucking impressive. All right, who's got the tally?
I do.
All right. Next, well, you can take them from here.
All right. So in our first matchup, we will have Pink Floyd Run Like Hell versus Motorhead's Born to Raise Hell.
Wasn't that the original matchup?
No.
No, it was
It's
Cowboys
Pantera.
from Hell. Pantera.
Gotcha.
So Pink Floyd versus Motorhead, Scotty.
It's going to be Motorhead. I mean, yes, Motorhead. I like Pink Floyd, and that song is not bad, but I like the Motorhead song way better. Lemmy, you're going to get it this time.
I'll stick to my original decision, and I'll stick with Pink Floyd. I didn't pick Motorhead the first time, even though I do like the song, but Pink Floyd for me. My original decision, I'll stick with Pink Floyd. I didn't pick Motorhead the first time.
Who the hell's talking?
It's his
That was me talking again.
Yeah, like a delay.
All right. Hang on.
Yeah.
Everything's replaying. All
Do what?
right, gentlemen. I'm going to pause this real quick. Stay where you're at.
I'm going to mute mine for a moment.
You're on mute, Darren.
Oh,
Still
it's
here.
not- It's not Lois.
Okay, I'm back in now. Right. Everyone else mute themselves for a moment while some.
I bet you it's Scott.
Still there?
Do what?
We're all here.
Yeah, it
We're trying
is.
to figure out who's got the echo. I muted for a while.
Talk now, Lewis.
You want me to mute now?
No, I'm just testing.
Okay.
No echo, so it's on Scott's end. Okay, Scotty, what's going to happen here is I'm going to mute you when it's not your turn to talk.
That's fine.
Okay. Go ahead and make your pick, Scott. Oh, you did. And Dave, you went Pink Floyd?
Yes, he
Okay.
did.
What were my choices? Pink Floyd against what?
Motorhead.
Motorhead.
Run like hell. I mean, born to
when-
raise hell.
Neither one of these are songs I'd listen to on purpose, but I got to go with Motorhead on this.
All right.
Louis?
Motorhead all the way for this round.
All right. I was gonna stick with Pink Floyd. I mean, as a matter of fact, that would be my choice over here.
Good on-
So
Good on you, Darren.
Pink Floyd loses though, so Motorhead will advance.
Man of taste.
So next up, we have the warning. Hell, You Call a Dream versus acdc's Highway to Hell.
I love the warning song, but not a prayer in this one for me. No offense, warning fans. That's a jamming tune, but it's not Highway to Hell.
Dave.
Okay, Dave.
Well, I'm going to revoke my Aussie citizenship, and I'm going with the warning.
Oof.
All right. I'm going to use that often overused phrase, what he said, ACDC, not even fucking close. Louis.
I'm going for ACDC.
There.
ACDC.
Gee, I'm losing everything.
Almost a clean sweep.
Last match for this round, and that is Hellraiser from Sweet versus Twisted Sister's Burn in Hell.
Twisted Sister for me on this one. Nothing against Sweet's Hellraiser, but it just ain't got the power Twisted Sister's got. Like that. I mean, Rob says it's a lot of it's got to do with production, man. But Twisted Sister's got this one for me.
Dave.
Nothing against Twisted Sister, but Sweet's got this one for me.
Oh, I love this show. Twisted Sister for me. Man, almost any other heavy, sweet song, but Hellraiser's a decent song, but Burn in Hell is fucking amazing. So that's my choice. Louis?
Burn in Hell, baby.
Yeah.
That's the one all the way.
Darren?
I was going to go with Sweet.
All right.
That's only
Honest-
2 votes to 3. So
And I still lose again.
sorry. No, I love Hellraiser. And of course, Burn in Hell too. But all right. So we
Hellraiser.
only have 3 left. So
Pit them all up against each other.
Wait a minute. 3 groups or 3 fighters? I mean, 3.
Three songs, and ACDC is going to get a bye into the final round because they had 4 votes compared to 3 for the other 2. So next matchup is Motorhead Born to Raise Hell versus Twisted Sisters Burn in Hell.
Jeez, that ain't good.
I've been voting for Motorhead the whole time, but this time they're going to drop off for me. It's Twisted Sister Burning Hell.
Dave.
I haven't voted for Twisted Sister yet, but I am now.
All right.
Where is that
Twice.
coming from?
Twice he's doing it. Okay, so yes,
only counts as one
Twisted
vote.
Sister makes this one very easily.
Yeah, same thing. Burn in Hell, Twisted Sister. It's like it's the best song of all 6 songs put together, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Derek.
I agree. I would have had Twisted Sister. It wouldn't have made a difference anyway. So the final matchup is AC/DC's Highway to Hell versus Twisted Sisters Burn in Hell.
Here we go. I love Twisted Sisters Burning Hell, but it's not ACDC Highway to Hell, man. ACDC.
Dave, you can get back your Aussie citizenship.
My Australian citizenship has just been given back. I am voting for ACDC's Highway to Hell.
ACDC.
I'm going to be the odd man out and still stick with Twisted Sister.
And I'm going to go vote for ACDC. So
Yeah,
that is
There you
tonight's
go. I
winner.
lost tonight.
She's got girls all over the world.
She's got a man every now and then.
She can't make up her mind.
Okay, bear with me here. Scotty, is there anything you want to add because you're the echo cause?
I didn't know. Hell, I just went out, but it wasn't echoing before. I got kicked out. I don't know what the fuck happened, but anyway,
That was rough.
nah, man, just interesting. I liked it. It was. I knew if it came down to AC/DC, that song, man, was going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. I'm going to mute you the rest of the way. If you want to hang. If not, just I'll get a hold of you.
Yeah, man, just let me know. Hey,
Saturday.
rock on.
Or
dude.
Friday the 80s battle.
All right. I'll see y'all then.
See you.
Bye, Scott.
And I think that's going to be a harder battle than this one.
Yeah, probably. All right. So we got ACDC for the win. I kind of saw that coming before this whole thing started.
Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Okay. So
The only
what
time,
we got
the only
coming
time
up,
I voted for him was the last one, I think.
bandwagon jumper.
Yeah.
All right. So 80s rock will be Friday's night. Def Leppard's Rock of Ages versus Guns N' Roses Welcome to the Jungle. Quiet Riot, Metal Health versus Poison's Nothing But a Good Time. Rat Round and Round versus Van Halen's Panama. Ozzy Osbourne Crazy Train versus Twisted Sisters. We're not going to take it. Faster Pussycat Bathroom Wall versus Warrant's Cherry Pie. And Dawkins Dream Warriors versus Kiss's Tears Are Falling. That will be Friday. Saturday will be myself down under in Louis doing the song versus song lineup battle between 21st Century Blood, Queen of the Murder Scene, and Error from The Warning.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else to add, guys?
Well, I just caught this idea while we were doing this show. Since I have a list of all my favorite Sweet songs to eventually down the line in the future after we do the Aerosmith idea of, does it stay on the island or knock it off the island kind of playlist thing? I'd like to try that with Sweet in a few weeks.
That would be awesome. I also had something from a viewer, Brian Steele 7868. was talking about how much he enjoyed some of the stuff we're doing. He said, how would you feel about doing Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime, or Empire? So
I'm fine with either of those.
I don't know a damn thing about them other than a couple of songs played on Hair Nation, so I don't know which album would be the best to choose.
I'm gonna just be straight up honest. I do not like that lead singer's voice.
Me either.
That hiss, that noise, that thinness, that something about it. I can't enjoy any Queensryche song at all because of that voice.
I'm with you, brother, but it's like I said, it's not set in stone. It's just something that I got, so I got it written down.
So
all right, so we'll worry about Friday and Saturday and go from there.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody. Until next time, thanks for watching.
Two brothers smashing ground.